Man, has it seemed forever since I have turned on this microphone, sat in front of a computer, and did a commentary. It's been a while, so let me go on ahead and just explain the situation that's been happening just in my life, and just letting you guys know that I just needed to take a lot of time to just digest everything that's happening. And I'm still currently in that situation where I just want to take, some time to myself. Got a lot of things going on. But, of course, I definitely consider you guys family. You guys have been a part of my life for the past 4 or 5 years. You guys have been there for me, with me through my highs, my lows, my mediums. And definitely feel you guys should be in the know on just what's been happening. So, I went to court, I want to say 3 weeks ago, and it turned out that we were going to start that Saturday with my ex getting visits, supervised hourly visits between 2 to 4 hours with my son Jaden. And it was tough. We go to court, and we went there like on a Tuesday. Next thing you know, bam, that Saturday, she's going to see him for the first time in 2 years. So I had to explain to him what's going to be happening, the situation, who's going to be seeing him, and it's very difficult. It was just a very rough thing to try to explain, and it was just something that just breaks my heart, because I know her true intentions behind everything. I really don't want to get into it, but again, I know what her real intentions are. She haven't seen him in going on 3 years. There's been no type of communication, no try of any type of communication. She called me one time the day before his birthday, asking if she can take him 2 hours away to go see her father, which I had to decline. You haven't seen him in 2 years, and you think the day before his birthday, I'm going to let you take him somewhere? I don't even trust getting him back. I'm going to have to say no. Just a lot of things just going on with that situation, which is very frustrating. So I have to be there watching them, making sure everything is okay, making sure he's comfortable. Where if he just wants to go on ahead and not be there, or if he doesn't feel comfortable, I'm there. So that's why they're supervised. And just a lot of very frustrating things have been happening. For example, after the first week where they hung out at, where do we go? At a park. 2 days later, she asked to speak to him on the phone, and I let her speak to him, and she I hear him answer, I can tell by the way he's answering the questions that she's asking. So, he says, this was on Wednesday, and we were leaving from church. So he tells her, I'm leaving church, I'm with Naomi and my sister. Now, mind you, I didn't tell him to say that or anything. Like, he literally just told her, I'm, leaving church with Naomi and my sister. So I'm looking at, that's pretty cool that he's acknowledging, Jonah Lees, who is Naomi's daughter, who is a part of, our family, the same way Naomi looks at Jaden as her son. I look at Jonah Lees as my daughter, and, Jaden and, Jonah Lees are, soon to be brother and sister. As soon as this divorce happening, I plan on getting married to this amazing woman soon after. As soon as the divorce happened, I'm telling the judge, listen, don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab Naomi and say, hey, listen, you mind marrying us real quick? I got it right this time, I promise you. But I hear him say that, yes, Dad tells me to say that. So at the end of the conversation, I'm like, what did she say? And he goes, she told me that's not my sister, and for you to stop making me say that. You understand how difficult it is to try and deal with a 5-year-old and saying, like, obviously we have our own thing going on here, and here she comes telling him no, that's not your sister, don't say that. And it's like, it's just very difficult trying to communicate things and trying to, just deal with everything. And on top of that, Naomi has been very, very, very sick. Turns out she has gotten like a severe case of bronchitis, which is now turning into a pneumonia. And, this has been very stressful for me. Me and my ex, the texts have just been back and forth of just anger, her trying to say things to get under my skin, and me in return, doing the same, and it's not how it should be, and just a lot of frustrations there, and if I knew her intentions were well and she wants to be a part of his life the right way, then I have no problem. Who am I to say you can't see the mother of your, tell my son you can't see your mother? That would be ridiculous of me. But again, I know her intentions. If I never filed for divorce last February and the court got back to us and all this, she still wouldn't have called. She wouldn't have seen him. Nothing. She's only seeing him because now it's going to court. If I never filed for a divorce and all this stuff, this would have never happened. I have yet to been able to tell my side of the story. Which I need to at some point. I'm sure the judge can just look and think this is some type of divorce and, a man and a woman getting divorced, which happens often. But that's not the case. They need to understand the situation. They need to know exactly what happened. They need to understand why we're getting a divorce. They need to understand that she, deserted her husband and child. They need to understand the countless, affairs and the countless committing of adultery, which I found out from her mother and her sister, and all these other things, and something else that happened earlier on when we first went out, which I've never told anybody but Naomi, and something that she did back then that is just it's crazy, and so I feel like my time will come. I'm gonna get in front of a judge. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to say exactly everything I need to say so they understand the situation, understand everything that's been going on. And again, as far as Naomi, she's very ill, not feeling good whatsoever, and she's my support system. She's my rock. She's been holding me down from the beginning. Anything I needed, she's been there for me. She's been keeping me just level-headed through everything, and to see her just so sick. It's been going on over a month that she's been sick, and it's just really gotten bad over the past few weeks. I'm talking about really, really bad. And if she doesn't get better with the medicine they gave her today, because we went to the hospital, we went to the clinic today, first time since I've ever met this girl she's ever missed church. And that's just how bad it is, because she had to go to a clinic. And if she doesn't improve within the next 2 days, it's a possibility she's going to get hospitalized. And that's just something I'm dealing with as well. And it hurts to see, her in so much, distress. She's always upbeat, always with a smile on her face, always happy. And she's just miserable right now. She can't stop coughing. It hurts her every time she coughs. She can't get any sleep. She's just struggling right now, and it's getting bad. And she also has a couple other things that's, like she has arthritis, which flares up every now and then. She has thyroid, so she has a few issues already, and all these things are just coming together at the same time, and it's really affecting her. And it's definitely something that I'm trying to deal with as well, because again, she's the one I'm leaning on during this whole situation. She's the one who's being strong for me, because it's very difficult for me to be strong right now with everything that's going on. Going to court with the possibility, even though it's in my favor for him to remain with me, but there's still a possibility that I don't know what the hell may happen, where I can, lose my son and they can award her custody. I don't know what's going on. It's just, everything is just going down now, and it's a very tough situation. Something that I didn't think was going to happen so quickly. I thought I was going to have time to prepare. It was just literally, it's Tuesday, bam, this Saturday she's going to see him. Go on ahead and tell your son that, you know, he's gonna see somebody for the first time in 3 years who is technically a stranger to him. You know, that's very difficult to deal with. And then the one person who has my back, who's been, you know, just being there for me through everything, the one person who's just, you know, wiping away my tears through frustration, and the one person telling me it's gonna be okay, the one person who is just helping me through each and every single situation, is sick uncontrollably like she's never been. And she's don't know what's going on. She's nervous. I'm hoping it's nothing serious, but it's getting worse throughout the day. I mean, yeah, throughout the days, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. What started off as a cough has turned out to sounding like she has something wrong with her lungs, and it's obviously went down into her lungs, and now we're looking at a possible ammonia and pneumonia. And it's just I don't know what the situation is. I'm just hoping she gets okay. I'm hoping obviously I get to keep my son, and I'm hoping. And then what sucks is that she gets to see him every Saturday. So like the tournaments that I run on Twitch, I can't even do those because I got to be there for the supervised visits every Saturday. So I haven't been able to do that. It's just so much going on, man. And I'm just hoping to get back to regularity where I can just turn on the stream, hang out with you guys for hours, make my videos, and just know that my baby's going to be here, know that my fiance is going to be good, and all that stuff. So I'm just hoping everything is going to be okay. I appreciate you guys' patience, man. Don't worry, the videos will return soon. I just got a lot of things going on right now, and I'm just trying to keep as calm as possible and just relax. See you guys, not sure when, but hopefully soon.